Hello gorgeous, it's Jen. Welcome to my channel. It is the end of November already. I wanted to jump on today and talk about the favorites and fails, the makeup that worked this month, and the makeup that didn't. So if that sounds interesting, let's get into it. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. We had a great Thanksgiving here. It was lots of good times, family, love, food, all the good things. I hope yours was good as well. All of the makeup that is on my face today is going to be linked in the description box below. I always link some information about how to contact me. I make it a pretty strong rule to only use on camera what you can find. What I did not record was my eyeshadow primer, which was the Glamlite Eye-Cing. For my brows, I used my Sephora Rectractable eyebrow pencil and my e.l.f. brow lift. I tried 6 new eyeshadow palettes this month, and some were wins and some were losers. I'm going to start with number 6, and that is this one from Essence. This Evil Queens palette was a disappointment. I didn't love the mattes, I didn't love the shimmers, not great blendability, not great pop in the shimmers. Essence has a differentiation in their formulas. If you were to go for Essence, I would go for their 6-pan palettes. I like to mauve it. I recently picked up the Bronze This Way, Dancing Greens. There are those 6-pan palettes and they're less than $5. I would pick them up. I got pulled in by the packaging and unfortunately was disappointed in the formula. Not a recommendation. Number 5, again, I got into the collab. All the makeup stories, you think about it, eyeshadow palettes have been done. There's only so many colors and you can move them around, but honestly, it ends up being where you're gonna choose a brand that you trust. You're going to be maybe curious about a brand that you've never tried before, or you're gonna get pulled in by the collab. This was one where I got pulled in by the collab and I was curious to try the formula. So this is the Kylie Cosmetics Wizard of Oz collab, and this, I will post the video, was a big letdown. The mattes didn't perform the way I wanted them to. They weren't as pigmented. I did 2 looks. The green look turned out better than the blue look, but the green look I still had to work to build up that matte. The shimmers left me wanting more. I will keep it. I will admire it. I most likely will not use it. In 4th place is this one here from Uoma by Sharon. This is a brand that is sold at Walmart. I love everything that I have tried so far from this brand. I love the foundation, I love the mascara, and then they recently came out with blush, bronzer, and eyeshadows. So I picked this one up. This is I would call it more of a rosy shaded variation. I believe it's called Dreaming, and because there is a warmer choice. And this one I got a beautiful eye look out of. I was pleased with the mattes. The shimmers were poppin'. The price I believe is less than $10. This is great, and it's hard to find good quality eyeshadow palettes at drugstore prices. For number 3, another collab that I had to jump on, this Sheglam, and really 3, 2, and 1 I do like a lot. But this is the Willy Wonka collab that they did with Sheglam. And this smells like chocolate. And again, a color story that has been done. But this palette is fabulous. I've done many looks with this because it's just everyday, easy neutrals. I like the shimmers in this palette. I like the fact that it has a cream shadow in there. I've done all matte looks with this, and I was amazed. No creasing, no fading. It stayed great. This one, unfortunately, I was going to link it for you. Hopefully they bring it back in stock, but when I looked online, they only had the whole collection. But maybe it'll come back, or you can pick up the whole collection. But the eyeshadow palette for sure was my favorite in all that I tried in that haul. For number 2, and this one, you're gonna have to help me make a decision because I love this palette and hate this palette at the same time, and that is this one right here. This is the Patrick Ta Major Dimension palette. I think maybe I put too much hype on it And then when it wasn't perfection, I was disappointed. But this palette is a $68 palette. So I really expected a lot of things from it. It's got 2 cream shadows. It's got technically 4.5 mattes. This one looks like it has shimmer, but the shimmer goes away. So we've got mattes, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different shimmer shades. The darker shimmers I don't get into as much. I'm more of a brighter shimmer kind of gal. And this is the one that I have on my face today. You'll see me applying this. I have this shade in the crease, and then I deepened it with this shade right here, this deeper brown. I have been using the creams a lot, but today I just didn't feel like doing that. And then what I did was I wanted that, if you watch this video, which again, I will link this video if I can, I was disappointed with the shimmers, and that is what's bothering me about this palette. The shimmers are, at least these 2 over here, are more toppers. They just don't pop enough. So today, what I did was I took my e.l.f. No Budge cream eyeshadow in the, I believe it's called Wispy Cloud. It's a white color. I put that on as a cream base just in that inner quarter of my eye, and then I went in with the shimmers on top, and it does help. So I'm just really conflicted. The shades are beautiful, the packaging is beautiful, the mattes perform fabulously. It's just those shimmers that drive me crazy. I may even do a video comparing this one to my Wayne Goss, because I really thought that those shimmers would be like my Wayne Goss palettes that I own, and Wayne's seem to be better. So I'd almost like to showcase that for you. I love it, hate it, because the packaging, the mattes, I want to love it so much. The creams are great. I did a look one day where I did only the creams, and the only thing that I didn't like about it is the creams did great. They didn't crease, they didn't do anything wonky. They just had a little bit of a sheen to them that I didn't love. I like more of a, if I'm gonna do a one and done, I want it to be either a complete shimmer or a complete matte. This was like somewhere in between, so I thought, I don't know if I love that look. But this one, I'm still gonna rank it number 2. And number 1 is going to be from one of my Sephora hauls. I think it was the first one, and it was this one right here. This is the Sephora collection I Love. And this one just blew me away. Again, neutral, boring. I love it. It just performed fabulously. I like the mattes. Look at that. I mean, that is pigment. I liked the shimmers. If you've not tried the Sephora collection eyeshadows, I highly recommend that you do. And little tip, make sure you watch until the end of this video, because I have a little surprise for you. I did just try, little FYI, I'll keep you posted, this Carpe sweat absorber for the face. I am so tired of my upper lip breaking out into a sweat while I do my makeup. Please let me know, does that happen to you as well? Drives me crazy, and sometimes it ends up breaking up my foundation on my upper lip. So I had heard about this, I purchased it off of Amazon. So far, so good. I have had a little bit, I'm guessing it's hormones, you know. I have had a little bit of sweat breakthrough with it, but the makeup's not breaking up. And you have to be careful not to use too much, or you get a little bit of like a white powdery residue. But so far, so good with this. I will keep you posted. And for primer, I used my Glowish by Huda. This is their Jam primer. Tried this for the first time this month, and I like it a lot. It is a weird consistency. It looks like it's going to be a dark red, and then it blends out to nothing. It feels very cool. It feels like gel. It's not heavy, and wow, does my skin look smooth with that primer. I'm liking it a lot. I still get oily, but not crazy oily, especially if I'm careful what foundation that I use. But I do not believe that a dry-skinned person would dislike it. So I believe that this primer would be good for all skin types. I continued with the eyes, and I used my Sephora collection retractable pencil. I love this one in the waterline. And then for my wing, I tried from that Sheglam and Willy Wonka haul this do-it-all 2-in-1 eyeliner. I really have been enjoying this eyeliner, and this is coming from a girl that is not comfortable with wings at all. This has a angled tip, so the way that it works is like a stamp. So you can make a stamp for a wing, or you can drag it. Very, very nice. And then once it dries, if you want to clean it up, you can use the other side, which is like a little eraser. For mascara, I also tried the Sephora Lash Craft mascara. Absolutely love it. I have it on today. You can be lazy and just put one coat on, or you can keep going. So I started with one coat and then I went in with the second coat, and really lots of volume. It's been great. I've even been putting it on my bottom lashes and no smudging, which really is great. So that's 2 for 2. This is the second Sephora collection mascara that I tried. The Size Up I love as well. So this is a winner. There are a couple different variations. This one is the big volume, but drugstore pricing. Under my eyes, I have been enjoying a new process. I've been using this LA Girl Pro Conceal, and this one is in the shade Classic Ivory, which is strange because it's got a very strong peach undertone. This is very inexpensive, but I put this the teensiest bit on my darkest spots first, and then blend that in with a fluffy brush, and then I go in with my concealer. It just seems to take more of the shadow away, and then the concealer can do its thing to brighten. And for concealer, I grabbed a longtime favorite. This is the LYS. I have this in 3 different shades. For foundation, the new Catrice HD foundation. This I'd had before. I liked it before. They did reformulate it. They added niacinamide, and this is a beautiful, this foundation is what I am all about. It is thin as water. It is full coverage, and it is long wearing. You can find this on Amazon for $10, I believe. I am in the shade Hazelnut Beige, and I love it. I've been wearing this a lot. It wears well. The only thing I would warn you about is do not go in heavy. Use as little as you possibly can, because it is a matte foundation and it can end up looking a little heavy. What I do is I use as little as I possibly can, and then if I need to build up in any of my problem areas, I will just tap it in. This is a great foundation. I'm not sure if it would work well if you have super dry skin, but definitely normal to oily, or a dry skin person that appreciates a matte finish. Just use a really hydrating primer underneath, and I still think that you would be fine. I set my face with the One Size by Patrick Starr powder. I picked this up during the Sephora sale, thought I'd give it a try. It's good. I can't say that I am blown away, but it is a nice powder. Maybe during the next sale I would pick up a full size, because I do have powders that I like less than this. I'm gonna give this a A-. It's a good powder. I'm just not mind blown by it. For bronzer, I went ahead and used this Uoma by Sharon C. This is in the shade Shady. And this one, I probably would prefer a deeper shade, but it is a very natural looking bronze. I have this on with another product. This feels like a creamed powder sort of situation, but it's a little on the drier side. So it doesn't feel wet like a cream bronzer, but it doesn't feel dry like a powder. It's somewhere in between. It's got a smooth, creamy consistency, but it dries down to a powder, which I really enjoy. And then I went in with my cream to powder blush, which was this new one from Uoma by Sharon C. This one is Bougie AF, and it reminds me so much of the powder blush that I put on top of it. You will see. Same sort of consistency where it feels like a cream to powder. And this one, when I got it, I was concerned that this was going to be a straight highlight. But what happens is it is a very glowy, peachy blush that I love. It just makes my cheeks glow on these days that I'm not into highlight quite as much. I love that healthy glow that it gives my cheeks. I went ahead and set my bronzer with the product that's in my chopping block right now, and that is this Hourglass. This is the Diffused Bronze Light. I keep meaning to look to see if they have a deeper shade, but this one I put in my chopping block because I thought, I'm not using this, I don't see it, I don't like it. Well, I have been using this every day to set whatever cream bronzer that I've been using, and I am just loving how smooth my cheeks look. I hate to say that I love this, but I am loving this. I'm falling back in love with this. It's just so smoothing and airbrushed looking on the face, whatever cream bronzer I'm putting it on. And I also do enjoy the tone because it's not too warm, but it's not that gray toned contour either. So I have been very much enjoying this. And then the powder blush, not new by any means. This is also in my chopping block, so I've been making myself use it a lot, but definitely falling back in love, is this Milani powder bronzer. This one is in the shade Luminoso, and that's what this Uoma by Sharon C Bougie AF reminds me so much of. I believe this one is less expensive than this one, but I today had this one on first, and then I set it with this one. So if you can see, hopefully you can see this in the light, there's the Uoma by Sharon C, and then I'm going to swatch this Milani Luminoso right underneath it. It's so similar. The Milani has a tinge more pink in it, where the Uoma by Sharon C looks more peachy. It doesn't look pink to me at all right now. So I have the Milani on top of the Uoma by Sharon C just to set, so it'll last even longer on my face, and I love the look. This is a great combination. Really liking it. For my lipstick, nothing new. Just an everyday favorite. You know I love my Morphe Sweet Tea, and then for my lipstick I just grabbed this one from Milani. This is the Color Fetish lipstick in the shade Tease. Easy peasy. For gloss, I picked up the Patrick Ta, I believe this is the Major Plump, and I got mine in the shade Pouty, and this was a big fail. I have his other gloss that I like better. It's cooling. This one has a very strange scent. It was a little gloppy on my lips. It felt more hot than cool, so this is a big no. Did not enjoy it. I am going to get the Fenty Ice because I think I would enjoy it, but in the meantime, on my lips today, I grabbed my Sephora Plumping Lip Gloss. This is in the XXL Nude. This feels cool on my lips. It is not sticky. It gives me great shine. Sephora collection, I'm telling ya, such a great place to get some goodies. And to set my face, I used my good old One Size On Till Dawn mattifying setting spray. I do like this. The scent is strong, be warned, but I love that it's an aerosol. I'm not having any problems with the pump like another brand that I was using for a long time. This, the pump, I don't even know where the lid is. I don't put the lid back on it. It's sitting on my table here. I have one in my bedroom. I have one here. There are multiple things that I like about this. I like that the spray doesn't clog. I like that it dries immediately. And I like that it keeps my makeup on. So, great setting spray. So for my surprise, I do not like to talk about things that you can't get, but this I do believe will come back in stock. This is that I Love palette from Sephora. Well, I was able to grab a second one. I have one for you. So, little baby giveaway for you. If you are interested in getting this beautiful, neutral, well-performing palette, all you have to do is comment below what your favorite food that you had for Thanksgiving was, and you need to make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. When you subscribe, make sure that your subscription is public so that when I go to your YouTube, I can look at your subscriptions and see me. There is an option where it can be public or private, so make sure that you are publicly subscribed to me on YouTube so that I can check, and I will put you in the giveaway. I will pull a name next Monday on Instagram. I would love it if you followed me on Instagram as well. I am Jen D Beauty Official, and just have some fun, and I will send this out to you, and you know I'll send something else to you as well. I have a whole drawer of backups of things that I love, so yeah, I'm gonna say you're gonna get this palette plus one more thing that is a favorite of mine, little surprise for you. I appreciate you. I am thankful for you. Another reminder, everything that I'm wearing on my face is linked in the description box below. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not subscribed already. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I will see you in my next one. Have a great day.